made that choice. They forced themselves. So they cannot force us to live with the consequences. So that is why we are here. We are not making noise. We are not maybe weeping or crying as people might want to make others believe. We are not complaining. We are really speaking out, and we are trying to tell people that, look, this is what happened. We are not happy, but soon our talks will generate into actions. So for those people who are asking, tunashinda tu tunaongea ongea, si eti hatuna kazi ya kufanya. Things start from talking. You know, they say when we talk, then at least we are basically going to start acting. You can't act without talking. First of all, you have to call yourself in a meeting. Hata saa zile umeenda umepata vitu zimekuwa mbaya kwa nyumba, you start by talking. You can even talk alone. Then from the talk, you'll now get to action. Kenyan with love. No, sorry, Kenyan Narari, your hand was up.
Yes, let me say one point I just forgot. Guys, I just got a message. There is one friend of mine just arrived from Kenya. And she told me, you'll be shocked that everybody that she talked to voted for Raila from Central. Get it right, from Central. And then she was asking, and who voted for Ruto? Because everybody was saying, I voted for Raila. And it is not pretense. It is real. And I know she cannot lie. She was shocked. So we are not talking anything, just to talk. We are talking of things that really happened and that is real and it can be proven. That's the point I wanted to pass.
Thank you mzalendo, hatujakusahau, tumefika hapo.
I just wanted to ask a very simple question. Like Central, like everybody voted for Raila, yet all the elected leaders are from UDA. That's such an irony. Then another thing I would say is I think today in Kenya, I think it's today, Baba is arriving. I don't know what time he's arriving. The expectation from the Azimio side is very, very high. But I think is whatever he's going to say, I can't preempt what he's going to say tomorrow. But I can only speculate that he'll be calling for reforms in IBC. He'll be calling for a forensic audit in IBC. And that would be it. The people who are anticipating a big march or a change of guard, that is not constitutional. It can't happen in Kenya. So it is just wishful thinking that such a thing can happen in our country. Having said that, remember, yes, you don't accept this government as elected. Just the same way I didn't accept Uhuru's government as elected because they rigged the election last time. But you have to live by it because at the end of the day, Uhuru was announced the winner by IBC. And we went to court. The court asked us to go for a repeat elections. ODM had got its demands, which they didn't follow through. Even after Baba getting the handshake, he didn't follow through on the reforms of IBC. I don't know what you can say about that. The reforms that were supposed to be done in IBC, Uhuru and Baba had got ample time to rectify any mistakes in IBC, and they didn't do it. So whatever you expect tomorrow, first, I hope there will be some decency, hakutakuwa na matusi ya kutukana Chebukati and the rest. That one is kawaida, but I am only hoping. I know, Guru, you will say something. Why are you?
Mzalendo. Don't go there. Don't go there. Wachia watu ya Azimio watumie ile lugha wanataka.
Lugha najua ile lugha wanatumia kama kawaida. The language I know what they'll use. The kind of language I know Azimio uses all the time. It will be very decent and very, very pleasant tomorrow. But I hope that it will not just be any other rally, but it will have some conclusions at the end of it. There will be something that that will change. Another thing I keep on telling guys here is that most changes happen in parliament. If you want any meaningful change, there has to be a bill in parliament. At the end of the day, everything has to go in parliament. Whatever you will say that it is within the wananchi can change. Yes, you can change so many things, but 6 months down after the election or 5 months down after the election, ile moto ama ile mori inakwisha. So kuna vitu ile unaweza fanya immediately election imemalizika hivi, you can start picketing, which is allowed in the constitution. You picket, the international community will see this is genuine because the results are just out and there is some concern here. But surely 5 months after kura zishahesabiwa, you are going back to it and saying, oh, you know what? Actually, we won this election. Yet the same leader has openly said that we should respect the presidency of William Ruto. And his close allies have welcomed the president in
Leo,
his backyard.
please, let me talk to Muzalendo. Muzalendo, let me say this.
I'll allow you, Kenyan Narari, I'll allow you as a senior
Harari, you
member,
had your
Okay.
time. I didn't. When
a
you
mother
talk, I
figure,
don't even
and a
interfere.
mother
I
figure
let
in the
you
house.
say
I'll
whatever you want to say.
to do so. Mzalendo, I'll allow her as a mother figure and a senior member. I'll allow
Okay.
her. But sisi vijana ndi hatuwezi tukaku-interrupt, but with her, it's not interruption, it is an advice.
Wacha tualao madhe aongee basi.
Okay, I'll say this, Muzalendo. You said that if about the majority of the people who won, how many petitions did you witness were taken to court against those who won of UDA? Remember, Waigoro was declared a winner with one constituency. What was going on? What I thought, to me personally and my opinion, not anybody's opinion, there was something going on as like what happened in the Supreme Court. And that one, I don't deny that one happened. And nobody will convince me that it was not a bug that was going around the whole country. It is shocking that it was UDA, until you even feel like you're gonna puke. How does the country look like that? And yet, when you come to look at the most leading person is stealing the election. So what are you telling us? That is undeniable. There was a bug going around the whole country. And nobody can convince me that all those UDA won. They didn't. Ni vile tu waliponea chupuchupu, vile watu hawakujua ni nini imefanyika. Because if Central, they did not vote for the president, and the central people were all like UDA, UDA, UDA. That is a lie. I don't agree with that, Mzalendo, and I will never agree. Thank you.
All right. You know,
I think you've been informed.
the president comes from a place called Gatundu. In Gatundu, where the president comes from, Raila lost massively. That is a fact. Don't even go far. Unaenda sijui Kirinyaga, sijui unaenda Kirinyaga kutafuta nini? Enda tu hapa Gatundu karibu na Nairobi. The results are there. So that was the pattern in Central. Yes, Raila got votes in Central, but he didn't get as much as he anticipated to get in Central. He got votes, not that alitoka bure, but the person who got majority vote is UDA. That is a fact. Whether utakataa, utafanya nini, but it's a fact. Majority votes in Central were for UDA. But anyway, I hope today, Leo, you are going to, where is it, Kamkunji? I'm only praying that it's going to be peaceful, and we are going to have a closure in this matter of election. And I strongly believe that there'll be a closure. And as much as you anticipate that Baba will say something drastic or something, something that will shake the government, probably will say a bit of nothing today. So let us wait. I'm just speculating. I know the mood.
Okay. As I usher in Godfrey, and please, Godfrey, let us not entertain Mzalendo. You know, the more you engage him, the more he will mislead. I just want to remind Mzalendo that the meetings called by Baba has always been peaceful, and if any case it fails to be peaceful, it is normally a sabotage that is done by the sitting government. And this is in record. One of the witnesses that I can call to testify is called Mike Bubi Sonko, who told you what the government does. And when we hosted the ghetto president here today or yesterday, depends on the region you are, he confirmed and he prepared and he warned the government against planting saboteurs, planting violent youths to come and disrupt the meeting. They will be dealt with. It is always peaceful and it will always be peaceful. And in any case, you'll find chaos. Know that it is the government that is now meting chaos against the innocent citizens. And that one will not be allowed. It will have to be opposed with the same force that they'll come with. It is on record, even when Baba was calling for meeting in the last regime, people like Moses Kuria would organize goons and brand them and call them Nairobi businessmen. So if you are planning to organize some goons tomorrow, just tell them that the members who are going to join Wazalendo, not you. Wazalendo will be there, so I think you'll be able to watch how Wazalendo behave and how Wazalendo show love for their country. So the Wazalendo who will be attending the meeting tomorrow will be coming ready, and they know those who don't believe in their movement, the ones who will be coming to cause chaos, so they will be dealt with accordingly. Let them not dare do that. Let them do their violence through the TVs. Mutembei TV will be there live. So those people who are not buying the idea should watch through their TVs as this country is being shown the right direction. So just give them that information. Godfrey.
Okay, thank you, Leo. I greet you, Mzalendo, Kenya Arali, Guru, and Kidedo. Okay, there's something that I just wanted to share on what Mzalendo has been talking about, the issue of UDA winning in Central Kenya. Mzalendo, unafaa ujue, UDA, most of them walikuwa ni Jubilee. and these guys has never been in opposition. So wakati tulienda kwa election hawakuwa wamekuwa prepared vile sisi tunakuwa tumejiandaa. Hawakuwa na evidence wao wenyewe, hao wengi ambao wanaona wali consider defeat, hawakuwa na evidence kwenda kwa court kusema kweli mimi hii ni evidence zangu za kutosha zinaonyesha kuwa mimi nilishinda, lakini huyu jamaa aliniibia. So wakati waliibiwa, the guys they decided to consider defeat because they had nothing substantial to go to court and prevent. And watu walikuwa hawajazoea opposition, hawana tactics ya kudili na opposition, so it was easy for them to consider defeat. But unafaa uelewe kuwa in Central Kenya, hata ukiangalia on the day of election, a lot of papers hizo from 34As zilipatikana kule Central ya election with UDA area ya Central Kenya. Hapo ndo wakati watu wengi walikuja kugundua baadaye, wakati sasa walikuwa shaona results, yani zile petition ya Azimio imepelekwa kotini, ndio jamaa akaanza kusema ukweli sisi tumeibiwa. Hapo ndo time pia huyu Kioni akaamuka akasema kweli kura zetu zimeibiwa mingi sana, because they were not prepared, so they considered defeat because they had something no substantial kwenda kupeleka court na kukataa hiyo kura. But the truth ni kuwa waliibiwa wengi sana, watu wa Azimio waliibiwa in Central Kenya, na evidence iko hata mpaka kwa YouTube. Ukienda ukafungua utaona a lot of papers zilipatikana from 34As zilipatikana zikiingizwa kule za ukora.
Kile nikikujibu tu, unajua wakati unaenda uchaguzi, kama we ni mbunge, kama we ni kwa kiti yoyote, MCA, senator, uko pale na maagents wako. Ukiibiwa unaona, unaelewa, ukiibiwa unaona tu pale pale. That's why unaona hakuna, there's no a lot of petitions in this other seats, because the evidence is there. Unasign, agent wako anasign, hii ndio kura umepata, you tabulate them, mwingine ana tabulate kule na kule. But kama ni wizi, zilifanyika kila mahali. If you are going to talk about wizi in Central, then most likely pia in Nyanza pia kulikuwa na wizi. So hizi vitu zote, bali UDA haikukuwa na agent hata mmoja. In areas like in Nyanza, I don't think UDA ilikuwa na agent hata mmoja. Huko pia kulikuwa tu na wizi. The only thing is that ile wizi ya presidential au wizi ya ma MP haikuzingatiwa sana. Hawakuzingatia kwa makini. Watu kama kina Kioni, they have been in parliament for the longest time. Wamekuwa kwa hizo uchaguzi mara mingi sana. Kuibia mtu kama huyo ni ngumu sana bwana Geoffrey. Kuibia au vigogo wa Jubilee wamekuwa kwa hii uchaguzi, si mara ya kwanza, mara ya pili, mara ya tatu wakishinda. So wanajua hata saa zile wanashindwa. Mtu kama Kabogo alijua mapema bwana Kiambu imeenda na UDA. So ni mambo wanajua, si ati mambo ati waliibiwa, ni kushindwa, walishindwa.
No.
Mzalendo, these things that you're telling us have been there. Hii mambo ya kutuambia kama ni wizi hakuna mapetition ama these are things that have been there. Who doesn't know that the only seat that people are normally interested in is the presidency? Who doesn't know that? So these things, these are narratives that they normally use kutudanganya. These are normally excuses that now they use to justify fraud. Tunaona mtu akisha kuibia kwa nyumba na kwambia si plot yenu kuna nyumba 10, kama ni kuibiwa mbona hapa, mbona hizo zingine. No, such nonsense should not be advanced, really. Such nonsense should not be advanced. And I see that there are some people also in the comments, somebody called Mzee K Ndegwa, saying that huyu mzee siku moja atasaulika. Let me tell you, Raila has been there, he will be there even in his death. You people will still be talking of Raila hata kisha kufa. The same way you say the elections was over, and wherever the deputy president and Gachagua goes, they keep on talking of Raila. Even in your churches, the churches currently, they preach Raila more than they preach the gospel that they're supposed to be preaching. So Raila will be there, even if he exits or what happens, his name will still be there. It will never fade. So you better look, maybe if you feel that these people who are calling the name of Raila hawana kitu cha kufanya, basi na wewe pia upatie masikio yako kazi, uache kusikiza vitu venye haviko. The fact that you are listening to them tells you that they are making sense to you. If they are not making sense to you, you will be listening to something else somewhere. And in fact, it is Sunday. You need to attend the denominational prayers and start praying for the economy instead of joining to listen to politics in Mutembei show. Godfrey.
Okay, thank you, Leo. I think I have to give my submission. I was trying to tell something mzalendo, but ameruka tu akawa haelewi kitu nilikuwa najaribu kusema. Let me give my submission. There's something that I think Mzee Viki was sharing. Issue na mambo ya kusema kuwa hii, hata pia mzalendo napenda kuongea issue kuwa Mutiota kishashindwa kura kama sasa hivi imemaliza miezi 5, that's gone. Hakuna kitu ambacho itafanyika. I have to tell mzalendo right now, tukisema we are giving up, atituongoja mpaka miaka 5 iishe, will be allowing hii issue kuendelea na itaendelea for a very long time. I think there's something you need to know. If Raila keep quiet, that means he's either aingie basi kwa government, na kuingia kwa government itakuwa ni handshake. Sisi hatutaki handshake. So the only thing, Raila should not stop. Kesho akija aambie watu his way forward, na hata kama ni marching is either to march, but hakuna mambo ya handshake, hakuna mambo ya kusema sijari tushapoteza ndio hivyo mambo imeisha. Hakuna. We are going for what is ours, our victory. Na kama ni kumtoa kwa nguvu itabidi tumtoe kwa nguvu. Mzalendo, there's nothing we are giving up today. There's nothing we are giving up. Hata wafanye nini, lazima wafungue saba, kila mtu aone kwa tumeshinda, and we do what we need to do. Hakuna kitu kingine. Kama kufuata wakufe, imefika wakati kama kufuata watu wakufe, but we need to take our victory back.
Geoffrey, wewe ni mzalendo kweli. Wewe ni mzalendo. If all the people have, apart from Leo and yourself, the people who I know are really hurting. You are really hurting. Na hii story ya Raila na mambo na uchaguzi. But angalia, Mr. Leo, today is Sunday in Kenya. Even if you are going to march in IBC, offices IBC hazifunguliwi Sunday, ndugu yangu. Maybe you should have organized your rally on a weekday. So zile munaweza march kwa maofisi.
You just prove that we are reading from different scripts. The meeting, the consultative meeting has been called on Monday. So you see, you are commenting and dispensing on issues that you don't know. We are talking of Monday. No wonder you've been misleading these people. I need to know.
You said you have a rally today.
I think if you just go and rewind, I was telling even Chaka that asiseme ni Monday, aseme ni kesho. So that is why you are giving misinformation.
No,
okay, Christopher.
No, today is Sunday. Today, are you having a meeting? Baba is coming today. I'm asking a question.
We've communicated everything, and those people who subscribe to Baba's idea, they know. They've already marked their calendar, so I don't need to tell you much about that. Let us proceed to the next person, Guru.
Yes, Bernard. Yes, Bernard.
Yes.
Good morning to everybody.
Good morning. Karibu, Christopher.
I'm from Uganda. Let me tell people, sorry, I am not entitled maybe to speak here. Mr. Zalendo.
No. This channel, in fact, we had, there are 3 guys from Uganda. I think they've not just come back. They attend this channel daily. So this channel is not only benefiting Kenya, but it is benefiting any country that wants to relieve themselves from the chains of dictatorship and the chains of electoral fraud, Uganda included. So when you come here, you give us information and you can also be at a position to explain to these Kenyans what it feels to be ruled by an unpopular leader. Museveni is included in that group. So they are some of the problems that we have in Eastern Africa. So if we allow William Ruto, they are going to form their own WhatsApp group, and soon Eastern Africa will have nothing to show. So welcome.
Yeah, I thank you. But the current speaker, the Muzalendo, good morning, sir.
Good morning. We can hear you. We can hear you. We can hear you. You know, we normally tell these guys to be disciplined. When somebody is speaking, everyone is muting their microphone, so they might not be able to respond, but they are getting you.
I'll give mine a generous one. Let me tell you who I am. I'm married in Kenya, in the Ruto's home. Even my children, they are there today.
Sebo.
So what I'm trying to say, I'm also concerned when I see things. You see, when people are playing football or footballers, the spectators, they are outside. They could see that the ball should have been there because the goalpost is the other side. Or it's going the wrong way, maybe this way. I want to ask the question, why are people pushing for even what they don't know or they know? The only they don't know is it comes like this. On the day of elections, nobody has divided himself or herself in all the polling stations. We only believe by hearing from phones, communication gazettes. Even not at your polling station, you cannot never be there to know who has voted who there that day. Why should these people be very hard to say they are the right people who have won or who have lost? There are only two things here. You can only know through hearing all the sides, what is in the media, what are people talking about, what are all this is how someone will know. Because even the facts that things have gone the right way, people will turn it the other way around. I'm saying this because the majority that I've been reading through the media, people support negative thing. Even I don't understand it. Why? Why can somebody sit and then try to recall and realize what he or she is doing? There's somebody who said, am I listening to what I'm saying? Am I listening to what I'm telling you or talking to you? If I'm listening, what are the mistakes in it? Okay? So if we keep on here, just like we are arguing, and yet there are facts on the table. And then I one time asked some bishop, I said, why is it that the so-called Satan, let me use this language, they're everywhere. They are more than the Jesus, I would say. Why? Why can't people change and turn to the truth? Why should this world wants to go inside the ocean? And yet people knows the truth. Why should we teach our children lie, how to steal, how to do what? Why? This is a question for Kenya. It's so touching why I'm saying, even if I go to those points that we people are discussing, it's like this is a blowhead. Why don't we turn to facts and truth? Although I don't know what is the fact, we don't know what is wrong, but at least a fairer ground where everybody will meet. If you hear like this one of Uganda, this Muhoozi was talking of even walking in Kenya, like overtaking, throwing down Kenya. Why is such a statement being made from high person like him, 4-star general? Is that a joke? Or it is, can we treat it like a joke or we treat it like what? Because it goes in my mind that there's something going on. Okay? If you people say we are marching tomorrow to that place, they will say, let's see, sabotage or what? Why should people march in such a vigorous kind of, why people talk like this? I'm so touched. I even lost word. I even lost what to say about this thing. Let's try to calm down and then sit. Listen to yourself, please. Listen to what you are talking to your friend. because bloodshed is so bad. One day like this, even a cat, you let a cat that has eaten your meat or your meal in the house, close all the windows and doors, and then start fighting that small thing. You will never realize how that thing can kill you. Why should we go for this thing? Let everybody sit down, and if they said you have lost, say sorry, thank you, I've lost. Like Baba is doing. He's a positive man. Why should he always be losing? Why not the other one? Even a new person who has just joined the politics can topple this man. Yet people know him. I'm only touched. We are touched. Everybody are touched. People are very annoyed. I'm telling you. So I'm just talking from my high voice. Not that I'm annoyed now. No, I'm just trying to stress my point so that people sit down, listen to yourself, please. Listen. I love those who open this form. I wish it could invite 100 people on the same screen so that people listen how people discuss. Thank you, Bernard. I love the way you conduct the house. Teach people. Let's teach.
Thank you, Christopher.
There is a group here in Uganda. It's like for strategically for the tribe, like Luo all over the world. It's called KDP. Okay, KDP would people have shifted away from politics, from what they say. Let's go and organize our house. We organize the house. We put people right for the future. This is all what we are looking for. Let's not groom thieves. I'm married to a Kalenjin. I have 3 children there. Please, I cannot see people sinking and then keep quiet. What if my people are there one day? Will they sink the same way I'm seeing today? Thank you very much for all of you. Wazalendo, you change. You
Thank you, Christopher. We do appreciate your contribution, and it is good that you've also realized that we are having a Mzalendo here who is not portraying the characters of Mzalendo. So a Ugandan who doesn't understand Swahili well knows who a Mzalendo should be. Godfrey, I'll give you time. I know people want to react. They want to give some sweet messages to Christopher, who I will also tell you to say and pass our greetings to Ugandans there. And very soon, they will also start a forum like this. Such forums are the ones that normally open people's minds. In the olden days, people like Kenyatta and those guys who formed the early political associations, they were just writing some letters and had to walk kilometers. But currently, we don't need to write letters because Mutembei TV is here. It brings us together and we share ideas. Somebody has talked of Muhozi. Muhozi, I can call him, he is a first general that have been declared by his father. Just like learning in your father's school, we will never believe in the results or the grades that you're given in your father's school. So that one, even in Kenya, I don't think. It is just shows that our president is also joking. He said it not once, not twice, how he can capture Nairobi, but the president seemed not to be caring about that. Our president is busy arranging for Kenyans how they should have and elect only one bar in each and every constituency. So before Godfrey, you speak, let me break the monotony for only 1 minute and bring this one to your attention. Those people who are expecting the president to come up with some better policies, those people who call themselves hustlers, who are having 50,000 and they've started maybe a joint or a restaurant pale mtaani, mali watu wanaweza pata taska yao na wapate ka mutura. This is what the president have for you.
Hey, kwanza wamama wengi wamenilalamikia sana kwamba hii watu hawafiki nyumbani. Nyinyi mnaendaka wapi ndugu zangu? So tumekubaliana hivi. Sawa? County Commissioner, County Government waketi chini pamoja. Hatutaki pombe inauzwa kiholela. Haiwezekani ya kwamba kila kona na kila street iko mahali ya kuuza pombe. Mahali ya kuuza pombe itengenezwe na iwe ni mahali moja katika mahali kama kila constituency mahali moja. Hakuna kusambaza, ukifika kona hii ni bar, ukifika kona hii ni bar, ukifika kona hii ni bar, ukienda kwa kanisa ni bar. Sasa hii maneno.
So hustler mwenye ako hapo nje, maybe uko na pesa yako kidogo, sasa itabidi wewe hiyo pesa yako utafuta nayo biashara nyingine ya kuchoma mahindi, kwa sababu mambo ya bar, kila constituency itakuwa na bar moja, na ndio ukuwe na bar moja ya kuserve the whole constituency. I think you need a lot of capital. So habari ndio hiyo. We are having a government that is busy with the non-issues, as they are pardoning Tabitha Karanja, na wanasema serikali ilimgandamiza, wanamwambia afungue tu hiyo baa yake kubwa, apatange pesa, akinegotiate na KRA. Wewe mwanabiashara mdogo wanakuambia kaa kando. That is the situation. So I heard Godfrey, your hand was up, then I'll go to Guru, your hand was also up in that order. Godfrey 1 minute, then Guru,
Yes.
alafu Chaka pia naona ako pale.
Okay, there's one thing I wanted to tell Gitenge, Christopher. You know, in Kenya, it's not that we like chaos or we like fighting. There's nothing bad like fighting for your right. There's nothing bad like fighting for your right. You know, the problem in Kenya is that we have been trying to call for reforms. Kila wakati we call for reforms. Paka tunaenda, I don't know if you understand the Kiswahili. You know, I like talking Kiswahili because some people, I like two in one spirit. In one spirit, as we are in Kenya, we like talking in Kiswahili. But you get Kiswahili?
Yes, small, Dad. I'm learning.
Yeah. So, you know, we have been trying to push for reforms. We need free and fair election. But now when we go to court, you find somebody, a judge, the whole judge saying that he has received a message from God kuwa another president wetu ambaye ni Raila hakushinda. Anapeana a wrong president. Anasema ati Mungu amemwambia chukua huyo kwa sababu huyo ndo Mungu amemwambia ndo alishinda. You see, these are the things that we are trying to fight. It's not that we are calling for violence. We don't like violence. But now, right now, we have evidence that our president, who is Raila Amolo Odinga, won with more than 3 million. But some guys here are saying that we should keep quiet. We cannot keep quiet, and we have evidence that we won with more than 3 million. So we are going for our own victory. So we are going to fight. If it needs to fight, because if we said if we go to court, there's nothing we are going to get in court. We will be told that Mungu amesema huyo si wetu, Mungu ametupatia another result. So this is the right time we need to fight for our own, because we have evidence. We have been trying this for many years. Now the government walikuwa natuendea kinyume. So right now we are calling for a great revolution, and this is why I was saying if it mean watu wakufe, but we are going for our own victory. Sasa hatuachili tena. Tukiwachilia hii, it means that we have to tell Raila to go for another handshake, and we don't need handshake right now. Handshake tuachana nayo. Right now for Raila to keep quiet means we only need handshake, but we are not going for handshake. We are going for our own victory.
Thank you, Good. Your hand was up. Maybe you can dispense what you had.
Geoffrey. Hello, Geoffrey. You see, the reason why I brought the Mose in, that is where you said you are going to march. When you are going to march, definitely they are scared. And you know what is going to take place? This man will decide, because they have made some of the arrangement with that guy. I bet should not be the idea. Like in those days that the Ugandan troops entered, they started doing all what necessary thing around the border in the other elections. So is it a planned move for this man to talk the way he's talking? Just like when these things have been proven out, should they do like this? We have to do like this. Think about that. Thank you.
I had already given permission to Guru.
I don't know. It may call for Kenyans to read word for word the constitution that we have right now. The constitution we have right now has levels of representation, But the most revolutionary is that which says that the citizens can represent themselves directly and bypass their representatives. The implication of that statement is yet to sink even to the so-called MPs and senators, because it means citizens can organize themselves and directly represent themselves. If perhaps they feel that the representatives are not articulating their issues. Therefore, I do not know where all these statements about fighting, about the worst case scenario, where it is coming from. I don't see that. There are legitimate, peaceful ways given through the constitution that we have. It only requires intelligent people, because there are very many manipulators. Like somebody saying here, most of the MPs and senators, they are just looking at their bank accounts. But assuming the people have such strong will that they then tell them, if you are not with us, just walk away. Politicians are very scared when people tell them to take a walk. So therefore, this matter, the one before the Kenyan people right now, is not just, its implication is not just about Kenya. It's about democracy in Africa and other parts of the world. It's about what role does the technology play in enhancing democracy or even killing it. And therefore, Kenya could be a test case. And we have opened very many grounds in the political field. I heard somebody here saying that some things are impossible. There is nothing that is impossible. With the power of the people and the strength of the constitution, you can only limit yourself. So therefore, I think it is Mzalendo who is saying that we are done. There is nothing else that can happen except empty statements. I think, Mzalendo, you need to expand your thinking a bit, because nothing is impossible. And with the current constitution, the one we have, and with the knowledge that Kenyans have right now, they can only limit themselves. The country has refused to move. Ushawahi kuwa na gari unagurumisha, inaguruma lakini haiendi. Chaka, najua mimi si mzuri kwa Kiswahili, lakini wacha niongee na Kiswahili kidogo. ile ya mwananchi wa kawaida. Unaweza kuwa na gari, betri imeenda chini, unagurumisha, inaenda kama inaguruma lakini inazima. Inaenda kama inataka kuguruma lakini inazima. Unfortunately, that's where we are right now. Angalia, ni nini kimefanyika hiyo siku hii serikali imeingia kikafaulu? Hakuna. Uchumi saa hii, dollar is going at 135 by yesterday. Hiyo ni kumaanisha nini? Ni kumaanisha we will, the dollar to us is very expensive. Our importers will have to use much more to buy the same product they were buying 7-8 months ago at a cheaper price. Kwa hivyo, what does it translate to? It translates to less investment in Kenya. Kwa sababu akiwa ni machine unaleta hapa, ulikuwa unanunua bilioni 2, sasa unanunua bilioni 5. You can only maybe hold on for the time being. Waona? What does it then mean for the Kenyan people, for the common man? It means less job opportunities. It means less creation of wealth. It means less and less. Kwa hivyo, hata tungetaka kuwa tunapatia hii serikali ile tunaita benefit of doubt, lakini ile inaonekana saa hii haiweki matumaini kwamba kesho itakuwa nafuu, kesho itakuwa mzuri. Sababu gani? Sababu uchumi imekataa kujisukuma. Sababu moja, huwezi kuwa wewe unasema utakabidhiana na wale wana capital, alafu you expect them to invest in your country. You cannot be hostile to those who hold capital and you expect them to come here excited to make business that translates to revenue and more job opportunities. It doesn't work like that. I don't know whether you are aware that the wealthy in Kenya are holding dollars equivalent to 1 trillion in their vaults. And when this is happening, the country is having shortage. It's actually on its toes, trying to maintain the 4-month reserve of forex to ensure that the business, especially international trade, continues. Hii ni maneno ngumu, mzalendo. Nchi yoyote ambayo inasukuma uchumi yake lazima iwe attractive. Kwanza, kwa wale wanazo kwa nchi. Pili, kwa wale wanazo nje ya nchi. And the two work together because there is a lot of information that flow between them. Naenda kusema nakuja Kenya kuweka hii, unaambiwa bana, ngoja kidogo. Ngoja kwanza tuone itakuwa namna gani hapa. There's a lot of communication that happens between these two capitalists, the local one and the international. Kwa hivyo hapa ile jinamisi ambayo imetwikwa wa Kenya, sijui itatoka namna gani. Saa hii nilikuwa kwetu nikapitia, mchere imetapakaa kila pahari. Farmers have huge quantities of rice. Ukifika namna hii, kina mama wanakupigania wanunulie angarau kilo 5. Hata wao waone kitu ingine ya kupeleka mtoto shule na and so on and so forth. But what is happening at the national level? Chakula kimeagizwa kingi.
Nani anaagiza chakula?
Tena nyingi zaidi. Today, ile uoga, the panic that is there in farmers, unaona tu kwa uso yao, uoga kwamba mwishowe wataachwa wakiwa wameshikilia stocks that are not moving. Vile vile unajua kule North Rift wakulima hata walipigwa na butwa, siku hizi waogei, wana mahindi wajui wafanye nini. So mambo ni machache tu, mambo ni machache. There is no inspiration in this government. Hata ile matumaini, unajua saa zingine unaweza kuvumilia ukiangalia matumaini pale mbele, hakuna. Na hiyo sasa ndio hata mbaya zaidi, kukosa matumaini kwamba miezi 10 ijayo maisha itakuwa angalau. Sasa hiyo, hata hiyo imekufa. Watu ni kukaa tu, lakini wamefungulia zile kampuni 26 zilikuwa zinauza pombe hapa hasa Central, waanze biashara tena. Ilikuwa imefungwa na Uhuru Kenyatta kwa sababu ya vile imefanyia vijana hapa. Basi vijana sasa ni kurudi kwa mikebe, kwani iko nini? Lakini inchi nayo itakuwa ikielekea wapi? Where? So ukiwa na serikali ambayo haijawekwa na wananchi, ni watu wameketi pahali wakasema liwe liwalo, hii tunachukua, hii ndio uongozi ambayo inafuata. Na bado wale walikuwa na rukaruka hapa, sijui UDA, sijui hawapangwingwi, sasa ndio watajua hawajui. Asante sana. Godfrey, naona kama leo ameenda, sijui kama uongee.
Yeah, Nico, I think Chaka kuna kitu kwenda kusema, then I'll come back.
Mimi hata sina mengi ya kuzungumza leo. Kwangu ni kusubiri baba tu, baba aje, ambapo ni kesho hiyo tujumuike, tuone the way forward ya kuweza kuitransform country yetu mbele. Tuachana hizi ahadi na uongo mingi na propaganda na hakuna lolote. Wakenya wamekosa matumaini, wale walikuwa wana support UDA sasa pia nao washakuwa roho mkononi. Sasa ni kitu ambacho watu wamefail which hawakuwa tayari kwamba alikuwa amejipanga. Ni kitu kama hiki, ni shtukizi tu, iliwapata uongozi shtukizi tu, hawakuwa wamejipanga, kwa sababu hata walisema wako na plan, but we didn't see that plan. Hakuna mpango ambao wako nao sasa hivi. Wakasema hapa Ngwingwi wao ndio wamejipanga wenyewe, unaona. Sasa hakuna kitu ambacho tunaweza jivunia kwamba serikali imeingia, at least imeonyesha tu. Juu serikali nyingi zimeingia hapa, tumeshuhudia zikiingia, umeona. Sasa hapa tumeona vioja yale ambao walikata ule pengine walipinga, halo wanayafuata. Walipinga BBI ndio wanaifuata. Wakapinga katiba ndio wanajaribu eti wanaifuata kinyume tu, kwamba kutuhadaa, umeona. Kuna wale majaji 6 ambao walikuwa walitemwa na Uhuru wakawaleta. Uhuru amezungumza sasa hivi kwamba kulikuwa na hizo maclubs na hizo majikampuni ambayo yalikuwa ni ya pombe na waharibu vijana, wao wanaleta. So kile kibaya ambacho kilitolewa na mwenzake ndicho anachokileta sasa hivi. Sasa hapo ndio mwenyewe ujiulize, je, katika hii serikali ni kipi haswa ambacho wewe unajivunia kwayo, kwa sababu kile ambacho ni kibaya kimekataliwa kwao ni kizuri. Sasa tujiulize tu hilo swali dogo, na kile walipinga wakati ule ndio sasa hivi wanakifanyia kazi. So, unajua ni kitu ambacho kinanitia mashaka na hii serikali kwamba hii ni ya wale tu wanaongozwa na tumbo zao, na wale ambao wanaona watie rekodi kwamba walikuwa hapa kama rais na makamu wa rais na kama waziri, lakini pia na sisi wananchi tuwatilie rekodi kwamba ni wale waliokaa muda mfupi zaidi katika uongozi. Hilo tu ndio ambalo nalitegemea kuanzia kesho, kwamba tuwasetie hiyo rekodi kwamba ndio wameingia katika daftari. Unaona kwamba kulikuwa na rais huyu na ABCD, but pia nawe tuwe na hiyo rekodi na sisi kama wananchi kwamba tunaye rais mmoja ambaye aliweza kukaa katika mamlaka less than 4 months, na linawezekana. Ni kuungana tu jamaa zangu, asanteni.
Exactly. Okay, Vicky, sijui kama ulikuwa umeinua mkono Brian. Vicky, Brian, I saw your hand.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, me, what I want to say, because I know people are getting tired, it's late. But what I wanted to say is this: a time has come. We have to tell the truth to Kenyans. The national suffrage has failed. IBC as the judge of the national election, especially at the presidential system, has failed. And I don't know how we can cure this. So in my opinion is this: we have to do constitutional reforms. The constitutional reform that we have to do is that election body has to be devolved, and we have to adopt parliamentary system. If Raila is really for the good of this country, he must accept, no, he should accept that. Because otherwise, this country will never remain one. Because we have tried the national system where we want every Kenyan to elect their president, but our intentions, good intentions, I mean, have been sabotaged by the so-called the national election system or a national election unit. It can't work. So we have to change. We have to change our way of thinking. If A doesn't work, we have to find a B which can work for us. But if we can think that if we think that we can use A and that A will give us a different result tomorrow, I think we are fooling with ourselves. That will not work. So I don't know. I don't have access to Raila, but if he is listening, or some people who have access to him are listening, I would rather they advise him, for the love of this country, Kenya, we have to change things. We have to make something that will be acceptable for Kenyans. The national suffrage system has failed, and IBC has constituted, and even if we constitute another IBC, will not give us what we want. We have to change this thing so that we can have something that will be representative of the desire of Kenyans. Because at our smaller system, at our smaller units, MCA, I think that election at MCA is good. The views of the electors are honored at MCA level. At MP, that is honored. At county member of parliament, women rep, that is honored. Governor is honored. But we have a problem at the national unit. The presidential election is bungled. So as Kenyans, if we want to remain as a people, as one unit, we have to find a way out of this. And in my view, the only way we can have it, we will have to sacrifice our supreme right. That is, we have the Kenyan people will be electing their president. We will have to delegate this to our elected leaders. If they will be voted, fine. Because we have tried it and we have not succeeded. So let us delegate this right to our elected leaders. And this we can only do by change or by through what election constitutional reform. This is my prayer. If Kenyans can do it, let us do it. If we do this, we will remain as one people, as Kenyans. That is my view. Thank you, and good night or good morning, depending on where you are.
Thank you so much. People are not getting tired, but we've been here for long, and I see people are still glued on their screens.
I will be still here until we close it.
Some are glued and complaining at the same time, like humming bird, telling us that we are shouting here and we are not anywhere near Nairobi or Kamkunji. We don't need to be staying near Kamkunji for us to attend the Kamkunji meeting. The Kamkunji meeting is going to be attended by people from the entire country, and some will attend from outside the country. So when Raila calls a meeting, I think it takes less than 10 hours for somebody to travel from wherever they are within the country to reach Kamkunji. Even that person who travels from the farthest part in Moyale, if you are using a public means, it will take you 10 hours. But if you're using a private means, within 8 hours, you'll be in Kamkunji. So you don't worry. You wait and see if people fail to go to Kamkunji when you say people are just shouting and they cannot be able to attend. So
okay, thank you. And let me just talk to my brother Mzalendo. Mzalendo, I will pass my apology to the ODM chairman. And by the way, greet for me your uncle Atari. If you doubt that I don't know you, okay? Otieno Atari, si unamjua?
Brian,
Sawa.
you have taken too long to know my lineage. I think you have done a lot of research.
No.
Otieno Atari was a former MP.
I know he's your uncle.
Yeah, that is my uncle. Oruo Jode is also my uncle.
And he is my nephew.
So
Otieno Atari.
Oh, the Otieno Atari is your nephew.
I mean,
so
you are my grandson. Okay.
I'm your grandson.
Yes.
So you are my lost father.
Whatever it is. So
welcome home.
I don't want to mention your name, but it's okay.
No, don't worry. Everybody has known my name. It's
so
not
if
that
you want
I'm
to know
hiding
me,
my identity.
If you want to know me, Ask Dr. Riga. He's in Canada. He will tell you who I am, right?
Oh, Dr. Riga. Oh,
Yes.
Dr. Riga.
So you ask him who I am.
Oh, what is I can only see Brian is your fake name. So
Brian actually is my son.
Brian is your fake name. So what is your real name?
Those two names are my sons.
Oh, those are two your sons' names.
Yes.
Who happen to be my cousins.
Exactly.
So tell my cousins that we differ in our opinion politically.
It's okay. It's okay.
But
Hakuna
I will look
problem.
for you.
Hakuna problem.
Abro manyi that jadot mondo wagombaka.
Okay, I'm sorry, but you see what? I'm also in America. Okay.
Oh, you are also here.
So ask Dr. Riga to give you my contact.
Oh, but why can't you just give me your contact? So there is
How can I give you here? I don't know.
There is a comment. There's a comment section.
That's the private chat. Eh?
The private chat. When you go on, you'll get a private chat.
Just look on your screen. There's a place written private chat.
How will I get him?
It's
chat. Just click there to type the number there.
On the private chat.
But if I do that, it will be for everybody.
No. It will not be for everybody. When you go to your, are you using your screen?
Okay. Do me your private number. Then if I get it, I will give you my number.
Oh, okay.
So thank you.
Godfrey, you wanted to say something. Huh? Godfrey told me you wanted to say something, and have you sorted it, Chaka?
I wanted to say something before Mzalendo confused us here on air. There's something that Vicky Bryant said, talking about reforms. You know, Leo, we have been trying for a very long time for these reforms. And we try even to go to court. Let us go back to 2017, before Malaga nullified the election. You know, Malaga was our hero by the time he nullified the election. But now, look at what happened. Alisema Raila na Uhuru waende kwa kiwanja. And there, we had our own reducible minimum. But wakati IBC ilikataa kufanya anything, still Maraga allowed Uhuru and Kenyatta to go to election. And when Uhuru and Kenyatta went to election, they voted, but still we found that our own President Raila Amolo Odinga had also votes. Where did these votes come from? We had requested for reforms. There's nothing worked on. I expected Maraga as our judge to say, because the reforms have used to work on, na hakuna kitu kufanya, then we still need to pursue. Kila kitu iko venye ilikuwa, because we still get the same results. You see, we had to change some things ndio tuende kwa election, but still Maraga allowed Uhuru and Kenyatta to go to election, na wakapiga kura, na still our own Raila Odinga pia akapata hizo kura. Hizo kura zilitoka wapi? What we are trying to say, Brian, let's just come clear. This is the time we need to fight for our victory. You know, some people are calling us extremists. No, we are not extremists. We have tried all ways, hatupati jibu. Tumejaribu mpaka tukienda kwa koti mpaka wanatuambia sasa, siku hizi wanatuambia kwa ni Mungu anawaongelesha siku hizi sasa. Sasa hata tena hawendi kwa ukweli sasa. Wanasikiza Mungu, hata wanajua kabisa ni uongo, lakini wanasema ni Mungu amewaambia waende watangaze hii. No, things are not working. And in Kenya right now, things are not moving. Chaka, can't mute ya. Yeah, what I'm trying to say, tuende kesho tusikize baba anasema nini na tufuate njia ambayo atasema. We tried it. Wakajaribu kutupiga tear gas, wakajaribu kupiga marisasi, but still tulitoboa mali tulikuwa tunaenda. Kesho baba ameitisha kwa watu waenda mchukue airport. Guys, tuamuke kesho, wale ambao Nairobi, tuende airport tuchukue baba, tumpeleke kwa uwanja atuambie nini next. Because this is not time to joke again. Hata kusema extremist, wacha tu extremist, but we are not joking again. So we have results and we know the truth where it is. We are going for our own victory. Mzalendo, usitu confuse kabisa hapa ati hakuna kitu kitafanyika.
Thank you. Chaka, sasa unaweza zungumza, uwanja ni wako.
Najua Nyabaya, shida ya Kenya ni masuala na uchaguzi. Chaguzi ndizo ambazo zina shida, hakuna kitu kingine hapa. So cha msingi hatuwezi enda 2027 kama hatujaweza kutengeneza njia. Hatuwezi rudi kila siku hapo watu wanafanya mikakati. Lazima tukokomeshe, na kukomesha ni sauti ya Mkenya izungumze kesho. Bila hivyo tutakuwa kila miaka ni pale pale. Pili, ni wahakikishie tu wana UDA kwamba wasiseme labda hakuna lolote litakalo ambalo haliwezi fanyika, maana serikali ishaundwa. Serikali ni sisi wananchi. Hao wako hapo ni watu tumeweka tu. Na tukisema hatutaki hana jinsi mtu yeyote weza kutukataza kile ambacho tunaona wananchi kwetu kwamba ni sahihi. So siku ni kesho, si siku nyingine. Kesho yote ya mwagwe peupe, kama ni watu kuelekea State House, tunaelekea State House. Kama ni kuelekea wapi ni hapo kesho. Baba asianze kutupa na ahadi zingine, ngojeni siku fulani nitarudi. Hapana. Tupate conclusion, maana wa Kenya tumechoka na huu mzigo wenye tunabebeshwa ambao hauna mwisho na hauna dalili kwamba tutapumzishwa lini. Kwa hivyo tusiwe na ngoja nyingi. Hii ngoja nyingi itawapa nafasi hawa watu wajipange zaidi kutumiza. So kama ni maamuzi, viongozi wale watabaki pale, wataduria pale, na wananchi ambao naamini kwamba watafurika kwa wingi, tuhakikishe kwamba maamuzi yenye tutachukua pale ndio ambayo tutayafuata kama Wakenya wote, bila uoga, bila kuogopa nini. I do believe politicians wao tunawaweka sisi ni waajiri, tumewaajiri hapo. Hakuna cha kuogopa pale. Hiyo ndio langu ambalo naweza nikalizungumzia kaka Nyabaya. But to set hiyo record yenye nimezungumzia. Short term president, hiyo kesi tuiweke hiyo record. Japo nao washukuru tu kwamba wameingia katika vitabu vya kumbukumbu kwamba kulikuwa na rais. Lakini iwe nayo hiyo kumbukumbu ya wananchi yenye tumeweka pale ya kumtoa mtu within 3 months iwe ishatimia. Sioni kingine, na hapo ndio tutakuwa tumemalizana na hao cartels na hao wanajiita middlemen, hawa wenye wanasema state capture, na wakati state capture ndio wao wenye wamechukua kila mahali. So hii ni picha mbaya kabisa katika sura ya taifa. Please Kenyans, wacha tuwe na uoga, tuondoe uoga. Kesho, that's the only day. Tuyamwage paruanja peupe.
Asante sana Chaka. I like the way you courageously bring it out. Wacha wa Kenya tusikue waoga. Tukiwa waoga tutazidi kukaliwa, na tutakaliwa hadi itafika wakati hatutaweza kuinuka. Manake tutakuwa makalio itakuwa imezidi. Hiyo uzito tukiwekelewa mgongoni na hatujatingika, tutafinywa chini, ambapo kupata nguvu ya kuinuka itakuwa ni shida. Sasa wakati ni sasa, kabla tukaliwe, kabla tuangushwe chini, heri tuangushe huo mzigo. Na mzigo wenyewe ni mzigo wa Kenya Kwanza na Ruto. Tuhakikishe kuwa tumewaangusha kabla au waje wakatuangusha. Manake wametusukuma, wanatusukuma, ingawaje hatujaanguka. Tusipowasukuma nao pia watatuangusha chini, na tukianguka chini, kuamka itakuwa ni shida. So we have to push them back using the same force that they are using kutukandamiza, kutuongezea bei ya bidhaa, kutuondolea masubsidy na kufanya gharama ya maisha iwe juu zaidi, huku mapato imekuwa duni na hakuna kile mwananchi wa kawaida anaweza pata ama anaweza kubenefit kupitia hii serikali ya Kenya Kwanza. Hii serikali sisi hatukuichagua, ni hao wenyewe walijichagua wakajiweka pale. Sasa hatuwezi tukahusishwa na maovu yao. Wacha wabebe msalaba wao na maovu yao, waende wakatafute nchi nyingine. Kama Uganda itawakaribisha, basi waende na wasaidie Museveni huko, lakini huku Kenya tunasema hapana. Sasa kesho kila Mkenya ule ambaye ana akili timamu, yule ambaye anataka kuona mabadiliko, yule ambaye anataka kuona nchi ikiendeshwa kwa njia inayofaa, yule ambaye anataka kuona nchi ikiendeshwa kwa njia ya haki, kwa njia ambayo inafurahisha Mungu. Tunakuomba na tunakusii uweze kujitokeza pale ili tuweze tuzungumze kwa sauti moja, tuambie hawa watu wa Kenya Kwanza kuwa hatukuwachagua, hatuwatambui, basi tunaomba mtupatie nafasi wale tuliowachagua waweze kuketi pale na watuongoze jinsi tulivyotarajia tutaongozwa. Hakuna ujumbe mwingine tuko nayo, tuko na ujumbe moja tu, wa Kenya watokeze. Sasa leo hata ukilala ulale na firimbi, usitupe firimbi. Tukishapiga firimbi wakati Arsenal inaenda kuharibu Manchester, hiyo firimbi beba kesho ukuje nayo pale Kamkunji, tunaenda kuimalizia huko. Kuna mtu ameingia lakini ni kama ameweza kujiondoa, sijui ni kwa nini ameweza kutoka. Kidogo tu. Yes, Godfrey.
I can add some, you know, I'm trying to pass across some message. Oje, tukisema the way Brian amesema kwa we need to change constitution, maybe tutumie parliament. Look at what is happening in parliament right now. Watu wote wamenunuliwa. There's nothing we can pass in parliament. Tukienda kwa senate, there's nothing we can pass. Sasa ndio wakati ambao Ruto atachukua advantage to change everything, even to change the constitution. So our message to our Kenyan people ambao wana believe in Raila Amolo Odinga, kesho let's go. Tuchukue president wetu tumpeleke kwa uwanja atuambie way forward. There's nothing we can expect to get from this government. This government ina kutuangamiza. There's something Guru said on the dollar. Do you know that when dollar inaendelea kupanda, that's when we are tunaendelea kukosa hata mpaka watu wa kuleta nini mizigo hapa Mombasa, hadi kuleta mzigo hapa Kenya. You know, when the dollar is higher, hakuna mtu ataenda kununua mzigo aleta hapa Kenya kwa sababu tax iko juu. So everything, economy itaendelea kuangamia kila siku. Nothing will be moving. Na saa hii ndo tuna time kwa sababu tuna evidence ya kutoa majambazi kwa kiti. Let's go tomorrow, tuchukue Raila akuja atuambie way forward na tufuate hiyo njia. Tusi expect kwa parliament itatupatia any result. Hakuna. Maybe tungekuwa na watu ambao ni watu wetu. We had numbers, but look at what happened after kutangaza huyu mwizi kwa ameshinda. Some people jumped the boat, wakaenda on the side of huyu mtu ambaye ametuibia. Watu ambao walikuwa nalia Raila, au watu ndio walijump the ship na wakaenda kwa upande wa mtu ambaye hafai. Sasa sahi there's nothing we can do in parliament, maybe at kuchange in constitution, maybe anything it happen new. There's nothing new that will happen. Sahi let us go back to our drawing board, listen to what our baba will tell us na tufuate njia.
Sana Godfrey, I'll have to agree with you. Those people who talk of parliament, we don't have a parliament there. Those people we elected there, majority, in fact, we have MPs who don't know their roles. They're MPs who've reduced themselves to voting machines. They've reduced themselves to CDF officers. They don't know that the role of the MP is to make laws, to amend laws, and to debate matters concerning their constituencies. So if they cannot bring a debate or a bill to discuss the cost of the living, which kind of parliament do we have? And another role of the parliament is to impeach the president. But because they've not done that, and the constitution, we elected them there to go and debate, make good laws, oppose bad laws that they are not even doing that, amend the laws that they feel that needs to be amended and maybe restructured well. And we also elected them there to go and impeach the president and the deputy president. But they're failing on that. So if they cannot impeach, then we are not going to impeach. We have to eject them out. Impeaching, there's a procedure. They'll have to follow the process and waste a lot of time. But in ejecting the president, you don't follow any procedure. You are guided by the Holy Spirit, will just guide you and give you the power and the courage, whereby even if the tear gas is there, you don't feel it. So that is what we are only remaining with. It is the only option that we currently have, and the Constitution allows that. So the only good part of it is that the constitution allows you to do that. You say, I'm exercising my sovereign power directly. And when you do it directly, you don't need to read papers. You don't need to give motions and get views of the people. Once your spirit has guided you, you have to make a move. Guru.
I want to bring to this forum attention that Deraru, the company that has over the years printed our money and the money of several African states, is folding. Washafunga biashara. There are implications, of course. It means perhaps that printing more money for us will become more expensive. And perhaps that's why there has been these rumors that the old notes could come back. Because printing money costs money. That's the Kenya we are in. We just have to live with it. But like Chaka is saying, there are constitutional ways to make sure that maybe we can lessen our pain into the future. So when one of the key things that you look for to know whether a government is moving in the right direction is the ability to protect the businesses that are already established. Hapa sijui nini kinafanyika, lakini what I know is that this company has been printing money for Southern Sudan, at least several African countries. I can't mention some of them here, including our own. But now it means every time we need to print money now, we need to go out there, like the printing we are doing for our electoral materials, to a company somewhere out there, the Otimorphos of this world, to print for us. I don't know what you have to say about that, but that is the reality on the ground right now. And these are clear signs that things are moving from bad to us.
Yeah, it's true, Guru. What you're saying is
to bring your attention that
De La Rue is closing, but that one still takes you back to what we've been saying. William Ruto does not believe in Kenya. He's not serving the interest of Kenyans. When De La Rue is closing, I think you know what is going to happen, because if money has to be printed, now we are going to get some external sources. The same thing is happening with the police uniform. They are bringing the older police uniform, and they started cheating you that, I don't know, they started issues with the color. But we've been reminding them that the police problem is not the police uniform. Kenyans have never had problem with the police uniform. Even if the police will come to arrest you, they arrest Kenyans daily. They don't even put on those uniforms. Kenyans have been arrested with policemen and policewomen, policemen who are on kanzus, the ones who are just tying mahawes and the Masai shuka, they will arrest you. So you don't, the uniform has never been the issue. So the color of the uniform is not the issue. So what they are not telling you is they are sourcing, they want to import the police uniform from China. And they're forgetting that what Uhuru did was good. These police uniform have been, they've been doing it by the NYS. It is our NYS who've been making the uniforms. And some other disciplined forces uniform are being done by Kitui. Yeah? I think there is a Kitui, whatever, dress making something run by the Kitui government. So they are now taking away this tender from our local industries like the one in Kitui, and our NYS who make some money. You know, when you join NYS, I think Mama Mary explained it some time back here. There's money that they normally give them monthly, and there's one that is saved for them. So once they're done with the training, they're given. So this money comes from these things that they make. So now, instead of empowering our youths and develop our country, our local industries, people in Kisumu want their Kikomi, which deals with cotton, to be revived. Ruto will not revive Kikomi, because the only thing that can revive Kikomi is when we produce and manufacture locally. That is why Raila insisted on buy Kenya, build Kenya. He was talking of local industries. Each and every county should have one county, one brand. But now they want to go and give tenders to Chinese to come and bring us the police uniform. That's a country that is planning to fail if it has not failed. If you allow foreigners to produce your police and the military attire, you failed, because they will be manipulating you. Even if today we have maybe a militant, maybe some rebels, if they emerge, they know very well our military uniform is shipped from China. They will easily go and get similar uniform and use them. So that is where we are heading to. The same is also going to happen with our currency. That is where we are heading to. And the old currency is also coming. Why do they have to bring this old currency? Your guess is as good as mine. These guys, I'm told, there's some who even had containers. They had banks in their houses. So this money, when they changed the currency, they were not able to utilize this money. They tried running to churches and giving them, they give you 3 million and come back and take 2.5 and leave you with 500,000. Have you ever asked yourself, these bishops who are receiving millions, where did this million go to? Were the church members given this money? Did they do any project? None. So they were giving you 3 million and you will go and bank it tomorrow, because when you're going to bank a million plus, you have to explain the source. After banking, then you will revert back 2.5 back to the account. So now they want to utilize this money. That is what is happening. So they want to return that money back to operation, so that they can be able to recover that money that they'd already looted from Kenyans. So we need to be very, very vigilant and careful. This government is going to do more harm. They are going to harm us than any other government has done to the Kenyan history. So if we give them an opportunity, in the next 5 years, we are not going to be having a country. As Martha Karua told you, that in other countries, they say they have mafia in the government. But in Kenya, we don't have mafia in the government. The mafia themselves have a government. Look at the people who are running our economy currently. The people who want you to pay taxes are tax saboteurs who've not been paying taxes. The people who are telling you they're going to check corruption are people who've been charged with corruption cases. The people who are telling you that the state capture are the people who've captured the state. A president comes and narrates to you a story of people, how Kenyans were killed in a container. At the same time, the person who was in that station, the person who was overseeing Nairobi region, who was in the station that he claims Kenyans were being killed, is the same person he promotes to become the Inspector General, Kome. So, what is he trying to tell you? You're telling us that people are being killed in a police station, and the Kome's office was next to that station. This Kome you promoted. So, what are you trying to tell us? We have nowhere to run to. We have nowhere to run to. People are being rewarded. The ones who bankrolled the campaigns of William Ruto are being rewarded. So what they are going to do, they're the ones who are now controlling this government. So this government is being controlled by the mafia, the cartels. They told you cartels. 4 months later, have they arrested those cartels? They are president. They are having power. What are they waiting? They are talking of cartels, but when they came to power, they realized cartels were them. They themselves are cartels, and they cannot arrest themselves. They're talking of people wanted to capture Chebukati. They come to realize they're the ones who wanted to capture Chebukati, so they cannot arrest themselves. So they resort to giving stories. And you even hear people who are declared by the Supreme Court that cannot contest any public office, like Mike Sonko, picking a microphone and calling Kenyans that abusing Kenyans, when we know he cannot even hold any public office right now. because of corruption. So these are the people running the government. Waititu was given a certain commission, I don't know, to see, I don't know what, with Nairobi River. Has he cleaned the Nairobi River? Has he transferred Nairobi River from where it is, akaipeleka huko Murang'a ikuwe safi? So you see, these are the guys you want us to give time that they'll change the country. They're not going to do anything. They are not going to do anything unless they pick people like Mzalendo. I think Mzalendo will direct them the right way, because Mzalendo knows exactly what should be done, but he doesn't want to accept that their man is not doing anything. So they can do us some justice. They call Mzalendo. I know Mzalendo will not do things the way they are doing. He knows very well they are wrong, and to prove it, Mzalendo will do the right thing to prove that he knew very well they are doing the wrong thing, but he just wants to please them. He just wants to please them. But when he sits back, he calls a meeting with himself. He knows very well that there is no hope. Somebody was asking for Hustler Fund. Hustler Fund, your story, Liisha, hutawahi isikiza. I think they are lucky enough. It has run for about 4 weeks. So, and we gave it 3 months. But we are almost being vindicated even before 2 months end. Right now, they've started stories they are going to restructure. They are going to rethink. What are you restructuring? How do you build a house? Ushafika first floor. Alafu unasema nataka kuibomoa tena nianze fresh. There was no plan there. The plan they had was the plan to steal and the plan to revert and take us back to where Moi left us. There was no plan there. And if you think there was a plan, there's nothing like a plan. So join us tomorrow at Kamkunji,
Leo,
that we can give you direction. Yes.
No.
Leo.
Yes, good.
The Hustler Fund is actually a scam. I said in this forum, just immediately after it was released, that this is going to be the first major corruption scandal that this government will have. So far, if you look at the legal instruments of that fund, none has been effected, which then means the whatever has happened is an illegality. If we were to go strictly by the definition of public finance management systems. When the president was asked about those illegal instruments, he kind of casually papered over it. But this is something that can come to haunt him in the future, because public money has been dispensed. There are no systems, and public money has never been dispensed like manna, like a philanthropic mission. There are systems that are put in place because states or nations exist in perpetuity. You expect the next government to come and find a Hustler Fund that is running, so that if it weaknesses, they strengthen it, or they even do away with it. So it is not personal. Unfortunately, the kind of situation we are seeing right now is like this fund is being ran on secrecy. I met a young man who told me that he wanted to retrieve his savings, which is a few hundreds. It was impossible. But nevertheless, I understand the motive was beyond dispensing money. The motive was collecting as much data on the Kenyan people as could be, because the moment you take a Hustler Fund, you give the government a through pass, albeit on the back door, to get the information that you've used to register with the telecommunications industry, the Safaricom's of this world, the telecoms, and the rest. So right now, the government has the data. You remember the president asked 700 million, only 7 million people have PIN numbers, while mobile has over 31 million. That discrepancy has to be crossed. And therefore, the easiest way was to lure and then net. And it is obvious that the people who go to borrow 500 shillings, you know who they are. So basically what it is that the Hustler Fund has run its course. I believe to the owners of that fund, it's ran its course and fulfilled the objective for which it was supposed to fulfill. So it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time that the truth comes out. And it must pass as one of the most perhaps the most innovative ways of capturing data on almost every adult Kenyan which has ever happened in this country. So I don't know the legality of it, I don't know the morality of it, but the fact of the matter is that now I think the government has more data on Kenyan people, those it would want to go for, to hunt them down if they are, for whatever reason. I think now they have that data in fullness. Asante sana.
Asante sana Guru. As we are winding up, I know we've been here for long. As we are giving our final submission, just to remind you, Hustler Fund doesn't have any legal basis. That means it is not. It was never legal. It will not be legal. It doesn't have any moral basis. Somebody cannot give you 500 shillings and expect you to pay after 14 days when they know very well no business can be done with 500 shillings to give you a return within that shorter period. And they don't even give you that 500. You cannot borrow money to save. It doesn't happen anywhere in the world. Nobody borrows money to save. 500 is an emergency that somebody borrows, maybe when you want to pay maybe some fee somewhere, or maybe you are hungry, you want to buy food. So you will not be able to invest in it. It is not for investment. Then lastly, it is not sustainable. That is why they are not even able to sustain it. They should tell us where they took the 50 billion, where they got that 50 billion and whose account is that 50 billion deposited. And apart from that, they've taken public money, 50 billion, and they've just given us like 10% of that money to help them eating. So that is the fact that is there. So this hustler thing was one of their planned a scheme to steal, and it is one of the greatest scandals that should be investigated. I think it is the one that has paid the campaign bills. Those people whom they were not able to reward with the tenders and reward with the government positions, they've been rewarded using that hustler fund. Mzalendo, your final submission as we are closing the show. All right,
Anyway, Guru, I just wanted to comment on the issue of Dalaru. I think sometimes we exaggerate things beyond imagination. I can't imagine that a country like Kenya will not be able to print passports and will not be able to get services from Delaru. Yeah, because your passports are also printed at Delaru. So some of these things are just speculation that we are doing so badly.
Before you go far, do you know right now getting a passport in Kenya is quite a Herculean task, because the the first two layers of passport, the ones that have lower number of pages, fewer number of pages, are not there. Are not there. You are forced to take a passport that has over 60 pages.
Yeah,
Or
currently
most
they want you to take a 66 page.
They
They started
want to.
by removing the 32 page and they left 48 and 66. So they removed the 48. Currently they're telling you the material is not there. And currently it is 66 page. 66 page you pay 7,550. Then
exactly.
that booking for biometric will come. If you check right now, I was doing for somebody yesterday. There is no booking in January, already booked. They're not booked. That's just how they play their games. February is booked. So the earliest they'll book you is March. You'll go for the biometrics and you'll still wait for some other
Go on downstairs.
3 months. You don't know when it will come. It is really, I don't know. They're saying those pages, they're saying the materials are not there. So this is the country that we're having. And the rate at which people are applying passports in Kenya is alarming. Almost everyone wants to leave Kenya. I don't know where people want to go to. You see daily they're telling you people are dying in the Gulf. And the same as the flight is bringing bodies from Saudi Arabia, another flight is taking about 50 to 100 of them on a daily basis. Our minister for what? Foreign Affairs, Alfred Mutua, went there. When he came back yesterday, I was shocked. A whole minister is saying that when I reach Saudi, I realized that our girls who go there, they don't reach the destinations. They get into some other deals that they want to make quick money, and that is why they are dying. So that is somebody that you expect to go and maybe represent you and discuss the welfare of Kenyans in a foreign country. Really? Mzalendo, you are giving the final
Yeah,
submission.
yeah, and you really interrupted. I think that was something that was burning in you, that you got a chance to submit, to say something about. Anyway, Guru, that is the issue about passport. So let us
Yes,
not.
my friend.
On the other issue that you mentioned is what did you talk about? You talk about police uniforms. You have to know why
No,
the police uniform is being phased out. The other one, the other blue one that was procured by Kibicho and Matiangi. There is nothing like Ruto saying that he's going to procure uniform from China. That's a big lie. So don't lie. So sometimes when you talk on this channel, I'm only here to correct you and tell the general public the general position of the government. There is no uniform that is being procured from China. Rivers Tax is still going to produce the uniform for the old police uniforms that used to be there. And the blue ones can still continue. So that is what is happening. On the issue of tomorrow, I wish you guys the best of luck with your rallies, whether it is picketing, whether it is engaging your supporters. I think the government will provide you security, enough security, so that nothing happens, like destruction of property. You know, some of these rallies, normally, if you grew up in Nairobi like some of us, you will know that saa zile kuna, if there is a game like for maybe Harambee Stars or politicians are having a political rally, that is the time the thugs, the thieves and everybody else take advantage of such situations. Hiyo ndio wakati wameletewa soko karibu. Hiyo ni soko. Hiyo ni soko ya watu. The pickpockets and everything. That's when people lose their phones. So that's a very, very big market and you can't control that. Hata ukiwa ni nani, you cannot control, you cannot stop the thieves from coming to that kind of function. So we hope that we will put a closure to these matters of election, because this thing is dragging the country in the wrong direction. Investors are afraid to come to the country and invest. We are politicking from day one. When Ruto was sworn in, the first week Guru was up at arms wanting the Asla fund. Anataka peane hiyo pesa immediately. The first week. This is a government that has not even there's not even they have not even done they don't even have a financial budget for the year 2022-2023. I mean, you are up at arms. The first 3 days, this government has failed. This government, I mean, surely give the government time. And I think Ruto has been in government, and he has been in government long enough to know what is going wrong and what he ought to do to make the lives of citizens better. Yeah. And mikakati ile Rais William Ruto ameweka has been approved by the donors, those people who give Kenya money. They have approved that his economic plan is the best. So for people to come here and say that Ruto's plan, it's the worst, or people are suffering, you have just said that in your area mchele natupwa na huko Turukana hakuna chakula. Why can't you take that rice to Turukana? Why can't you find an alternative market for your people? That goes back to the leaders that you elect. So I am begging you, some of these things are devolved. You have got leaders in the county government that can work with the farmers at that level. Sometimes you blame the government for nothing, while you've got just a leader there who can be doing these things. You've got public participation. You can participate and say our farmers wako na mchele, tutafutie soko. Kama wewe ni viongozi ama county government, watafutie soko. Kuna soko Turukana. Nyinyi wa ilhali unasema mchele na mwagwa pale, na ilhali tena unasema Wakenya wako na njaa. Unasema nini sasa? Don't talk with two sides of your mouth. Otherwise, thank you.
Thank you.
Let me come next.
Let us get a final submission from Kenyan Arari. Kenyan Arari is not yet there. Christopher, you can give us your final submission as we are winding up and closing. Huh? Oh, these guys have slept. Let me get the final submission from Geoffrey.
No, I just came in because of what Mzalendo has been saying. You know, Mzalendo, mimi sijui huwa unapenda, kwa nini unapenda kuongea hivyo? This government, before Ruto took it, alisema akiingia tu leo, kesho Mombasa port inaanza kufanya kazi. Akiingia leo, cartel wote watatoroka. Akiingia leo, bandit wale kuiba mang'ombe wataisha. The guy has been in the government for more than almost 4 months. There's nothing has happened. Sasa ukituambia kwa this government is the best government, what kind of the best imefanya ambayo tunaweza ona? Okay, wacha hata tuseme kitu ambayo imefanya ni nini ambayo inatupatia courage kuwa in the future the government is going to perform. What has it done ambayo inatuonyesha kuwa kweli government inafightia interest ya mwananchi? Mzalendo, stop lying to us. The government failed from day one. Wakati kwa akipiga kura akidanganya watu kwa akiingia atafanya hii, akiingia atafanya hii, akasema tutapigana makateli. Sijaona akitaja kateli hata mmoja, na kwenda sema anawajua wote, akiingia atawatoa wote. Sijaona akitaja hata mmoja. Maybe ni yeye alikuwa kateli kwa ndanganya watu wakuja tuimbia hapa. You know, Mzalendo, our government is going, and our economy has fallen. Na ndio inaendelea kwa the way Tumguru amesema, we are coming from worse to more worse than what we expected. Things are not working in Kenya. Kesho shule zinafungua kesho. Parents hawana hata pesa kununua vitabu, wengine hata hawana pesa ya kushona uniform. Because of what? Because of this government. Ilitoa subsidy ilikuwa kitu ambacho kinasaidia wananchi Kenya. Why was it the first thing anakuja kukimbilia akisema kwa sijati makateli ndo anaenjoy? The work of the government is to oversight. na kufuatilia ikiwa kuna shida yoyote. Government inafaa ifuate, ikitoa pesa ifuatilie, ione kama kazi imefanyika na hiyo pesa ukweli ama haijafanywa na hiyo kazi. So wakati anakuja anatoa subsidy, anakuja anaharibu kila kitu, and then you come here anaanza kutuambia kwa hii government bado iko na time, iko na chance ya kufanya. Haina chance yoyote ya kuperform. The government has failed. Tungoje kesho our baba akuje atuambie way forward na tuende na hiyo njia. You cannot wait kuangalia government ikiendelea kutuharibia maisha hapa Kenya. Hii government hakuna mali inatupeleka. Hao wote ni wakora.
Thank you. Kenya Narari, tutafunga station tukuache kama umelala. Your final submission.
Sijalala leo. Mimi nataka tufuate taratibu. Kama mmeona Spain vile iko dakika hii. They are protesting, masses of people protesting because of bad economy and bad governance. Right now, they are talking about that. They are full there shouting, must go. That is how Kenyans should go. Because everywhere where the economy is spoiled, government is not taking care of the inhabitants. Why are they there? Who employed such kind of people? It's not us. We want people who take care of us, who will guide us, and who will give us chances of doing what we feel is right. And we should not be taken for a ride. Thieves will never take us anywhere. We are heading nowhere. And we should fight for our country. That's all I should say today. Kila mtu abarikiwe pahali yako. Tukutane kesho. Asanteni sana.
Unmute Leo.
Thank you for the closing remarks. I think everyone has given a closing remark, so we will be okay if we close the show. But before that, I see Julia. Julia is around. Maybe Julia, are you continuing or we close?
Leo, I wanted to make a rebuttal on one point that.
Okay, proceed.
Mzalendo, I don't know which Kenya you live in. When you talk about farmers in Nyeri going to sell their rice in Turkana, first of all, you should know that Uhuru had a program where farmers, the rice was bought by the government during the National Cereals and Produce Board as one of the. And beyond there, he had also ordered that the government institutions, military, police, NYS, to procure rice directly from the farmers. And even the price was known by the farmers. That program collapsed. It's no longer there. So I do not know which Kenya you are talking about, Mr. Muzarendo, when you talk of Turkana people buying rice from Moya farmers. Mark you, some of those you are talking about, you are presuming that they have money in the pocket to directly buy the rice. You must be one of the most insensitive fellows that ever existed. You are perhaps closer to Antoinette, who asked the husband why people are demonstrating, and when told that it's because the bread prices are high, she's saying, why don't they eat cakes? Very insensitive, Mr. Mzarendo. I think you need to understand Kenya better than you have displayed today. This kind of what you are proposing can only be interceded, but it cannot be as direct as you are trying to portray it. Thank you very much, Mr. Rio.
Thank you. Oh, Julia is Julia.
Okay, Leo, no, I think you can close. I don't want to say much. I didn't want today to argue with Mzalendo. I'm surprised anasema ati tunalalamika shida gani. I mean, I think Mzalendo, you're like kind of people that think when people go hungry is because they are fasting. So it's hard. I never had such students in my class, Nguru. I think I never had such students who struggled so much to understand what they can see. I mean, are you people, you said that bei ya unga itaanguka. What is the price of unga saizi, Nguru?
Wale wamenunua unga bwana, unga imefika mia ngapi?
Bado 250, 230. Unajua ziko variety, ziko tofauti.
People are harvesting. So people are harvesting. So imagine.
So you are still buying unga at over 200. This government insulted Uhuru akasema ati aseme Ukraine. Uhuru was a better manager, Mzalendo. Even Uhuru, school fees was not as high as it is. Uhuru was a wonderful manager. And sidhani huyu rais wenyu alikuwa wapi? Kwani alikuwa anafanya kazi kwa akiwa juu ya mti? Kwa sababu angekuwa anaangalia vile President Uhuru ana manage the country, how he was managing to meet the budgets of the country.
Julia, you forget that he was campaigning. He never had any time for Kenyans.
So alikuwa juu ya magari. So this guy knows nothing about administration or running the country. In fact, we thought Uhuru was a spoiled brat because he was born in State House. Now we realize he was a wonderful administrator and he was a better manager. Sasa nyinyi unga bado ni, you are asking us why we are complaining. 3 months down the line, why is unga still over 200, over 250? You are asking us why is the price of fuel up? You are asking us why are we stressed over taking our children to school next week? Mbona tuko na hiyo stress? Uhuru could try to make people manage their life. Why are we are not even hata wacha maneno ya uchaguzi, the cost of living. Na sasa mnatuambia maneno ya Ukraine. Will you talk about Ukraine? So Mzalendo, really, I'm saying the other day nilisema kitu and I apologized. Now I withdrew my apology because I really think you reason upside down. I'm sorry. Because sielewi kabisa, it's hard. Leo you can close the show. Sitaki kushikilia hii show. I might shut the show for good if you leave me with some people here. Asante.
Thank you. Somebody amenikaza hapa anaitwa who is somebody who keeps on talking here about the Delaru issue that Kenya is not going to print money. My friend, there's nothing you can tell us about using digital or soft money. In fact, Kenya, majority of Kenyans are still using hard cash. Few people are using those M-Pesas because people are not able to pay for the charges. Unless you are telling me the government wants to force people to stop using cash. Even our neighboring country, Somalia, it is 80%, in fact 90% cashless. There they don't see cash, and they still print. They still use the dollars. They are there in cash. But even if you want to buy something that is worth 5 Kenyan shilling, you have to use your phone. They've gone cashless. Kenya is not yet there. Even during Corona, they tried and told people, if you hold this money, it is going to transfer the virus and whatever. Kenyans did not listen. They still maintained their cash kwa sababu ya watu wa the economy imefanya watu wanafanya kazi ya kureverse. So those others are just stories that they are coming up with so that you don't read the sinister part of the Delaru. They know very well if they tell you the truth, mtaenda kwa barabara na mtalalamika. Mwizi akitaka kukuibia hakuambiangi, atakudanganya, ebu acha hiyo key yako hivi. So don't be deceived. Uanze kutuambia eti we went digital. Which digital? Can you show us that digital currency you are talking of? Hakuna kitu kama hiyo digital currency. So guys, I think we need to take a rest because today tutakuwa na kesha. Tukitoka hapa kesha asubuhi tutakuwa tunaenda kuandamana na baba Kamukuji. So yes.
Leo, there's a clip that Peter K.
I don't have it right now. I don't have it right now. Actually, I would have played it. I'll play today. I think in the evening we are going to start the show early. We normally start it at 10 p.m., but today I think we'll start it earlier than that, so that we plan kwa wale wenye hawatakuwa wamejua, na wale washajua, mkienda nyumbani msambaze ujumbe, tell them kesho location ni Kamkunji. Wale wataweza kuanzia airport, waanzie airport, specifically wale watu wa Embakasi East, Embakasi South, mnaweza anzia huko, na wale watatoka Ukambani na kila mahali. Lakini kwa wale wanatoka huko side za western part of Nairobi, western part of the country na northern part, tukutane Kamkunji. I thank everyone.